All right, so we got the best 5 dead characters who are probably alive. Wowzers. Make sure you guys follow my Twitch down below, and in the bottom of the screen. And let's get to let's go.
Death in Warhammer 40k is a bit of a flexible term. Many characters have the ability to revive themselves or be revived by others, whilst things like stasis, warp magic, and science can keep people alive and healthy well beyond their natural lifespans. Games Workshop knows that fan favorite characters, like the Primarchs, sell well as models, so generally enjoy bringing them back in a slow and steady format.
Okay, first of all, bro, it's funny, but at the same time, it's not, because it's kind of finessing, but at the same time, it's their, like, like series or whatever. But I just find it like kind of, I find it kind of funny how they're like, hey, you know what? Like one day they're like, yo, this character gotta go, this character gotta die, etc. Boom, boom, bow, right? The character dies. Then they're like, damn, like, bro, he's selling, like, bro, he's making us a bag right now. You know what, man? Hey, everybody, he's coming back. It's just like Dragon Ball in a way. Like whenever Goku dies in Dragon Ball, you know damn well he coming back in the next 5 episodes. Now obviously, bro, would Frieza be going crazy on the Z Fighters and all of a sudden, somebody used the Dragon Balls and, Goku's back? Sure, that's a part of the anime or whatever. But at the same time, I do get why, like how some important characters would die and then, they make a comeback, or how they would like stall some characters. Like just because, bro, it's a finesse game. Listen, I understand. I know all about the finesse game. I invented it.
Basically, they like to keep the door open to be able to bring back whoever they want, whenever they want. So I thought,
True.
why not check out 5 of the best characters in 40k
It's a
who
finesse,
are
I like it.
KIA, but are actually probably alive in some format. Before we get started, you know what's coming, baby. That's right, the next major mini-release. This time it's Sev, the Prince of Crows, a fantastic...
Majorkill, get that bag, bro. Get that bag.
In Warhammer, unless you literally see someone die, there's a solid chance they're alive.
True.
Even when they die, they resurrect all the time.
That's in anything. Listen, I'm sorry if I'm pausing a lot, y'all. But that's in anything, though. That's in any movie, any video game, any TV show, whatever. If you do not see them die, they're not, bro. They're not dead, bro. They're not dead. If you don't see them die, like, bro, there's not a scene in the video game or movie or TV, whatever, that shows them not dying, bro. They're not dead, bro. I hope y'all know that.
Like demons, Phoenix Lords, Necrons, and so on. I mean, fuck, even when Gazkal got his head cut off, they simply stitched it back on and voila, back and stronger than ever. I want to start with a character that I'm very confident is still alive, that being Nikonai Shuriken. You guys all know I'm an absolute slut for Nikonai. He was a beast of a warrior, had so many cool scenes, and just had such a sick aura. However, Nikonai was a warrior of the Horus Heresy, and whilst many traitors from the Heresy still live, there are very, very, very few loyalists who still...
Now, I'm gonna keep it real. This guy right here, I don't really know him too much. Obviously, I know of him. But I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't even know that he died like that. Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. Even though he looks, just he looks absolutely diabolical. Like he'll just take your feet. In the darkest of the nights. He look kind of cool. He look kind of cool. Obviously, is he as cool as Vulcan? Hell no. But he look compy. he look bumpy.
In the current setting. However, the last time we see Nikonai, he's actually locking himself in stasis with the Magna Matter, one of the important precursors to the Primaris project. Belisarius Core would have had to retrieve Nikonai's stasis capsule to retrieve the Magna Matter from it. Now, there was a mysterious and powerful space marine that kind of acts as Core's enforcer and bodyguard called Alpharius. We don't know who this man is, but he was heavily modified by Core as the prototype for the Primaris, becoming more powerful than any other space marine at the cost of being in constant pain. You could potentially argue that this is Nikonai, but I don't think so, to be honest. They don't really share any similarities, and there would have been some hints by now. More than likely, Core unfroze Nikonai, had a chat to him, then either released him or put him back in stasis for a rainy day. So either Nikonai is frozen and ready to fuck up Lucius in round 2, or he was released during the Scouring where he likely met his end. Either way, the story of Nikonai is not yet over, and I for one am keen to see him back in action. This next character should come as no surprise. Sevatar. Sev was one of the most popular characters in the entire Heresy, yet he seemingly vanished into thin air, with people just being like, oh yeah, he dead, probs, which is such a bizarre way for such a big character to go from the setting to a point where I genuinely don't think he is dead, or at least did not die the way people think he did. So when the Night Lords and the Dark Angels engaged in a huge fleet battle, Sevatar was captured by the Dark Angels and held in a cell. Sure, he did manage to escape.
What's his name? Savitar? Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. Yo, Savitar, bro. Your armor's actually kind of fly. His armor is a little fly. He got like the thunder effects. Hey, Savitar, if that's your name, You look kind of fly, yo.
Escaped at once in order
No
to
lie,
enact
you look
vengeance
fly.
on behalf of a little girl
He
by
looks
killing
fly.
the man who abused her, but that ended up with him back in his cell and chained up so much that he could barely move. Some people say he ended up getting killed in the Heresy, likely the Siege of Terra, but there's no way he could have made it to Terra while chained up in a Dark Angel ship if the Dark Angels themselves didn't make it to the siege. A lot of Night Lords actually comment on Sevatar's fate, but no one knows for sure. Some believe he is still alive, others are certain he is dead.
Now, to be real, I don't really know too much about this dude, but if that's the case, then most likely he's not dead. Like, if he just went like a long time, like if they went like a long time, like, you know, without even bringing this dude up, that doesn't mean that he's dead. Especially like if it's not in text or if it's not like in like a scene or whatever. Yeah, he's definitely not dead. But yo, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. This dude, bro, like the whole skulls thing, that's a little scary to me. The whole skulls and stuff like that, like, you know, hey, keep that dark demonic stuff to yourself, yo. But other than that, bro, his design is hard, yo.
After the Heresy, Conrad asked his legion to bring Sevatar to him, and when they told him Sevatar was dead, Conrad got very confused and upset, potentially due to his view that Sevatar was alive. However, Conrad was also batshit insane at that point, so take his opinion with a grain of salt. Aaron Dembski-Bowden, one of Warhammer's greatest writers, actually had thoughts on the matter, saying that while it's highly unlikely Sevatar survived into the modern 40k era, the Heresy was more so a prologue to his story, and that there is a ton of planned lore for him where he chooses his own side, being neither loyalist nor traitor, which sounds fucking awesome. So either way, it seems Sevatar's story is not yet finished. Another character I absolutely adore, despite him only appearing in one book, is Ra Endymion, who also could be alive in some way, or perhaps not, but there's still more of his story to tell.
Yeah,
Ra
Custodes
was a tribune and a close confidant of the Emperor. The Emperor groomed Ra to be able to handle a very heavy burden, being the living jailer for the mega demon Dracnian.
It's so crazy how the word like groom, like, oh man, it's so crazy how because obviously, like, you know, you groom yourself and people like it's so crazy how that word has turned into like I feel like for me, it's turned into like a negative word. Like whenever I hear the word like, oh, like he groomed him, like that doesn't sound right to me. Not even, you know, because like, you know, I have like a negative mind or whatever. I don't think I have a negative mind. It's just, bro, I've heard it in so many like different like, you know, different like major situations, and you know, in the sense of like, you know, somebody, you know, getting, you know, whatever. It's just crazy on how like that word has like I don't know, like the innocence for that word has just disappeared for me, bro. Like obviously, like, you know, like us men or whatever, we groom ourselves and stuff like that, but like other than that, like if it's not used in like that, like, you know, sentence or whatever, and somebody says, oh well, you know, my teacher, you know, groomed this person, it immediately sounds horrible. But at the same time, it means like shape or like train, if that makes sense. So that's just crazy on how like, yeah, I just wanted to say that. My bad, y'all.
The demon so powerful it wounded the Emperor,
That's
with the Emperor
diabolical.
being unable to destroy it. Instead, the Emperor turned the demon into a sword, stabbed Ra with it, and then had Ra absorb the demon sword into his own body. He then got Ra to run into the webway. Now that is the last time we see Ra in the lore, however it's not the last time we see Dracnian, as it is now Abaddon's personal sword. But what happened to Ra? After all, Dracnian remarked that he would be unable to corrupt.
Bro, that sword looks cold. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bro, that sword costs, yo, it costs at least, what, 17 mil, yo.
Ra, so I doubt he managed to consume and overcome the Custodian. Abaddon took Dracnian early on, like M31, 32, or 33, so Ra must have been its guardian for thousands of years. Old lore stated a mysterious golden figure led Abaddon to Dracnian, which could have been Ra. That does sound strange, however Dracnian is significantly weaker in his sword form, and Abaddon is too much of a warrior to let the sword become a demon again, so the plan all along may have been to make Abaddon Dracnian's true jailer. We really won't know until the next Black Legion book comes out, so while it's unlikely Ra will survive, until we see him die, anything could happen. Maybe he joins up with Valdor in the pocket dimension. That would be spicy. Now this next one is interesting and doesn't follow the traditional rules of what it means to be dead, but fuck it. I'm referring to the first Grand Master of the Grey Knights, Giannis. The result of merging the Thousand Suns...
You say Giannis? Ante de Duco? Giannis?
Arvida with the noble shard of Magnus. This created a sort of demi-Primarch, a space marine who was so overwhelming to be in the presence of that many mortals were shocked. The noble shard of Magnus was also considered to be one of Magnus's greatest, up there with his power shard, and Magnus was infuriated that it was taken away from him. Malcador was hoping Giannis would be strong enough to sit on the Golden Throne and take the pressure off the Emperor. However, that wasn't the case, but using him as the first Supreme Grand Master of the Grey Knights came in pretty handy. Now we know that Giannis was alive after the War of the Beast, as that is when the Grey Knights first revealed themselves to the Inquisition and agreed to join the Imperium. Giannis Giannis was leading them during that time. However, we haven't really seen him since or seen him in action, which is bizarre for such a potentially interesting and powerful character. The lore states that he is dead in the 40th millennium, with his tomb being on Titan. However, I and many others have a theory. I believe that it would be such a massive waste for the Noble Shard of Magnus to die off screen, so the theory states that the Noble Shard of Magnus...
Yeah, but that's what that's what you believe. GW don't care. GW don't care. Yeah, that's what you believe. I know you believe that this is like the right way. No, see, GW, they're like, yo, we don't care what you believe, bro. This is, yo, if we don't want him on screen, yo, he died off screen. How about that? Yeah, bro, take it or leave it. The whole, like, your rule of, oh, if you don't see them die on, you know, in text or on screen, they're not dead. Yeah, that doesn't, come on, bro, that doesn't count for us. Yeah, that doesn't, we don't go by that rule. Yo, if they don't show up, they don't show up. They're dead. As a matter of fact, yo, your favorite character that you just asked for to see if they're alive or not, yeah, they're dead. Yo, GW, they're ruthless. GW, GW's like, yo, we're going to make them, because let's just keep it real, bro. Warhammer is built up a lot on theories, y'all. That's what I'm learning so far. I'm learning that, like, a lot of people, man, like I feel like Warhammer, bro, is so open-ended that, like, I feel like they do it on purpose. Like, I feel like GW, like, purposely leaves it. I feel like GW purposely, like, leaves someone like the Warhammer lore, like, I feel like they leave it open-ended just to cause, like, you know, conversation, which isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, like, if you keep doing that and you know, you have your audience try to find these answers that eventually might or might not come through, like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a little bit, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a little, like, it's a finesse. Like, yo, GW really finessing people, bro.
This is passed down from each Supreme Grandmaster.
I kind of like it.
Making Giannis live on in some way. This theory is mostly supported by how retardedly overpowered Khaldor Drago is, as it doesn't make sense for a Grey Knight to be as unkillable as the Doomslayer while in the warp. Now, Chaos has given up on trying to kill Khaldor Drago despite him literally being on their home turf because he is so powerful. The only way that makes sense lore-wise is if he was to have some sort of edge, like the shard of a fucking Primarch within him. After all, Drago's predecessor, Geronitan, was only slain because he faced Mortarion in direct combat. As he died, it's not unrealistic to assume the Noble Shard of Magnus joined with Drago, as Drago was then able to learn and utter Mortarion's true name, resulting in Morty's banishment. You don't just randomly figure out true names, but if, let's say, I don't know, a piece of Mortarion's brother who was known for his knowledge was to enter within you, a moment of inspiration would make sense. Either way, while I do think the original Giannis is dead, I believe the Noble Shard of Magnus lives on. And finally, the last character, or should I say characters, that everyone loves and despite being gone from the setting for ages are probably still alive are the missing loyalist Primarchs, other than Sanguinius and Ferris who are dead as fuck. Corvus, Jagadai, Russ, Vulcan, and I would even say Rogal Dorn are all more or less listed as KIA, but in reality are very much probably alive.
Well, if y'all actually don't know, see Vulcan, what had happened was Vulcan's good. I don't know about, you know, about all the other bums. Vulcan, he's absolutely perfect. He's bro. As a matter of fact, I think I just seen Vulcan in Cancun. Oh, he blowing up my phone right now, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yo, Volk. Yo, what's up? Yeah, bro, they're looking for you. They're like, yo, they think that you're like in killed in action, whatever. Hey, don't worry. I'm telling everybody, you know what you tell him. You're good. Okay, look, y'all, he good. Look, listen to him. Y'all didn't hear him? Yo, Vulcan, I gotta put you on speaker, yo. Yo, talk real quick.
Yeah, y'all, I'm good. I'm good, y'all. I'm in Turks and Caicos right now.
Yeah, they heard you. I think they heard you. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm gonna text you, okay? Yeah, all right, bye. All right. Bye. All right. One. All right, bye. See you. All right. See you. Bye. All right. Okay. See, like, I told you, like, see, Vulcan's good. Everybody else, I don't know about them. I don't know where they at. Bro, listen, we don't even worry about them. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. But yeah, Vulcan, he's absolutely fantastic. He's amazing. He's great, you know. So yeah.
I'll give context to where I believe they are and have been and why they are indeed still living. Vulcan was last seen tackling a massive orc into a vat of pure white energy, which, yes, likely vaporized him. However, Vulcan is a turbo perpetual. Magnus literally hit him with a spell of unmaking that was designed to strip his perpetual powers from his DNA and destroy him on an atomic level. And Vulcan literally tanked it and banished Magnus.
Facts.
A vat of white energy ain't gonna kill him. However, more than likely, it may have reformed Vulcan in the warp. Maybe the orky part of the warp, keeping him out of the setting. It also may have reformed him in real space, however fucked up his brain or left him in some kind of coma or trance. Maybe the dude just wanted a break from the setting. After all, horrifically dying all the time would have sucked balls.
Facts. Bro, he's in Turks and Caicos right now, bro. No Rod Wave.
Vulcan has said that when his sons find all of his artifacts, he will return. So perhaps he's been biding his time and waiting for that.
He's just
Either way,
chilling.
the odds of Vulcan actually being dead are close to zero. As for Corvus, he was last seen terrorizing the Wordbearers and kicking Lorgar shit in as a demonic shadow bird monster. I believe Corvus has been in the Eye of Terror hunting traitors and causing issues. I do think Lorgar's lack of presence in the setting is tied to Corvus's. After all, there are hundreds of thousands of traitor legionnaires spread across hundreds of worlds within the Eye. That's enough to keep Corvus busy, especially with how messed up time is in the Eye. For Corvus, he could have been hunting traitors for a couple decades or centuries, but in real space it's been 10,000 years.
Yo, wait, is this a turn around and die? Is this him? Is this Corvus, right? That's Corvus, right? Dang. First of all, he needs to clip these fingernails, yo. Like, bro, you can, hey man, yo, one dap up, hands gone. Like, hey, how am I gonna play like the new, the new bird dance coming out tomorrow?
Russ is on some kind of spiritual journey to find the Tree of Life, which may be a metaphor for Isha, in order to try heal the Emperor. Magnus alludes to the fact that he knows where Russ is and he laughs about it, so I'm going to assume his spiritual journey has resulted in Russ getting trapped somewhere. It's prophesized that Russ will return during the Wolf time, which is like the end times of 40k, which is low-key happening now, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was the next Primarch to return on the loyalist side. As for Jagadai, he was last seen chasing Dark Eldar into the Webway, which I believe to be a part of a big conspiracy involving the laughing god Kaogorak. See, each Primarch's landing home planet was preordained in some way. Everyone landed where they were supposed to land. It wasn't a coincidence that every Primarch world was inhabited by humans, nor was it a coincidence which Primarch landed where. However,
Hey, we don't know where bro is, but like, listen, his armor is absolutely fantastic.
the lore does state, in a bit of a twisted way, that Jagadai was supposed to land on Chemos and Fulgrim was supposed to land on Chagoris. It doesn't state who swapped them, but it's implied that it was Kaogorak. Perhaps as a part of a long-term play to lure Jagadai into the Webway as some part of an overcomplicated scheme to kick Slaanesh in the balls. Either way, I highly doubt the last we see of the Khan is him Leroy Jenkinsing into the Webway. As for Rogal, he's probably the most likely to be dead. Out of all the missing loyalists, the only real clue to his survival being the writers progressively softening the lore from being Rogal is dead as fuck to man, where did Rogal go? We don't know. As well as a line from Vulcan during the War of the Beast that he would tell Dorn about the legendary efforts of his sons. However, maybe that was referring to Vulcan entering the warp briefly every time he was turbo killed, thus able to speak briefly with the dead Rogal. Either way, Dorn is not 100% KIA, but I doubt we'll see him for some time. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then
Shout out to my boy Majorkill, man, for this video. Obviously Vulcan, he's 1000%. Bro, hey, bro, you guys just heard him like on the phone. Like, come on, man. Like, what else do we gotta prove to y'all? Other than that, man, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, man, bro, I'm super excited for the whole Verdansk thing dropping tomorrow. Really excited about it. And also, bro, did y'all see that whole thing about? Bro, earlier I released a video about Mortal Kombat and Fortnite, right? Collaborating, bro, absolute fire. I thought it was fire. Bro, we got the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Switch 2, by the way. Not the, Direct that came out last week. That was cool and all. No. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one that we've been waiting for. I'm expecting Mario Kart. Hold on. I'm expecting Pokemon A to Z or Z to A, whatever. What else am I expecting? I'm expecting a lot of games that was previously on the Switch to like get like a big like graphical like upgrade or whatever. Am I wrong for saying that I expect a Smash? I expect some type of Smash Bro. Bro, I don't even care if it's like a Smash Bros on a Nintendo Switch, like, type of like, announcement. I want it. I want it all, bro. Other than that, man, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. And also, bro, listen, make sure you guys follow my Twitch down below. And listen, bro, if you guys subscribe to the channel, make sure you ring that notification bell because, listen, a lot of videos will be dropping tomorrow. Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Direct, whatever you want to call it, Verdansk, dropping, for the trailer, whatever. We're reacting to the trailer. And then we got some Warhammer videos as well. So tomorrow, Wednesday, will be a very, very, very busy day for the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys like the video. Listen, I know a lot of you guys like the video, but man, make sure you guys actually like up the video. Other than that, man, I'm gonna see y'all later for next time I'm out. And peace out, everybody.